Hello there, Gia.
Hi, Keisha. Happy 4th of July.
Yeah, same to you. Same to
Thanks.
you.
The fireworks are already going here. Woohoo!
Yeah, yeah. So no gig for you guys tonight though, huh?
No, we had an afternoon thing. It was quite nice, really.
Yeah,
Got
that's
got a
good.
free plate of food, and my
Okay.
nutrition has been so poor for a good while.
Yeah,
And I'm topping it off. I topped it off just now with some
yeah.
ramen noodles.
Had a girl.
Got a
Sure.
girl. Yeah. Yeah.
I've been getting into the smoothies lately.
Are you loading them up with kale or something to?
Well, actually, yeah, I got these bags of frozen stuff, and one of them has little shredded bits of kale in it, and
Okay, well there you go. That's good.
throw them in the blender. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who knows at this point, really?
Really, I know. I'm sure kale is
It's so
terrible for us.
confusing. It's so confusing. Okay, on the 4th of July topic, I just saw a funny meme. And
Okay.
do we get in trouble for telling a meme? That's not like sharing a song, right?
I think it's okay.
Okay. So he said, kids, don't forget to put out a Budweiser and a rifle for Kid Rock, or he won't leave you any fireworks. That made me
That's
laugh.
cute.
Anyway,
Oh,
okay.
oh, good. Good stuff,
Oh
Gia.
boy.
Thanks.
Yeah. Sure.
I was thinking about Kid Rock recently too, and I don't feel good about that. Not at
Well, I heard some like the house music at the place we were at yesterday
all.
playing
Uh-huh.
on this loop, and there's this Kid Rock song. I'm pretty
Hmm.
sure it's him, and it's just like, you know how they accuse the food industry of just loading up everything with salt and fat and
Yeah.
sugar to make it in. So he's
Yeah.
got this song where it starts out and it sounds like Werewolves of London, and then
Uh-huh.
it morphs into like Sweet Home Alabama,
Oh, geez. Uh-huh.
and it's got one other sort of like trigger song that just, and it's
Uh-huh.
like, but then it's him like doing some nah, we're smoking funny things and we were and it's like, Jesus H Christ. It's
Yeah.
just, it's like cheating, and
Hmm.
I don't know what is
Yeah.
that, dog whistle, is that
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
phrase, where you have like sort of
Yeah.
code things that you put out there that your people will
Hmm.
hear
I'm
and
not sure,
respond
Gia.
to.
Yeah,
I mean,
it does
it's a little
seem
more
like it's
bald than that, but
yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. I see
I
what you're
don't know.
saying. Yeah. Just
So
sort
I
of
do,
like the easy kind of way to get people's attention and get them hooked.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
without coming up with anything of your own, and
Yeah.
just and like conveying some like I'm a redneck message just off the bat.
Hmm.
Although Werewolves of London, I don't know if I'd qualify
So
that
it's
as a
sort of
redneck.
like anti-cultural appropriation.
Yeah, or something. I don't know what it is, but and then you find yourself kind of, and you're like, oh no.
If you combine that with your romper, you
I
got
know. You
solid
have like a
gold.
beer and a half, and you're like sing along with it.
Just when I
Anyway,
thought you couldn't get more attractive, Gia.
yeah. All right.
Oh,
Well,
dear. Well,
we're here. We're not
speaking
here
of,
to talk about that, but that's just 4th of July
yeah, can I
stuff.
give a Fourth of July shout out to
Oh, sure.
somebody?
Uncle
There,
Sam.
nope. I was at Home Depot, as I'm wont to
Of course
do.
you were
If you can't find me at home, chances are I'm either at
at
Home
Home
Depot,
Depot and
Lowe's,
getting her
or the
done.
local hardware
Yeah.
store. Yeah. So I was trying to get her done at Home Depot, and I kind of tweaked my back a little bit, but
Oh no.
I was trying to load a bunch of stuff, into my small car. And there was a lovely young fella who was just about to pull out and leave in his car. And he saw me looking rather pathetic. And he got out of his car and helped me load like all this, this backer board, for
Uh-huh.
walls and
Uh-huh.
stuff. And loaded them into my car for me, which was very,
Well,
very nice.
that's very nice.
Yeah.
He's probably
Yeah.
telling the story right now on his podcast. I helped an elderly woman today.
You
It
know,
was so,
she was just soft. There was not a muscle on her.
and she was so delusional. She thought she could actually use this stuff she was buying at Home Depot for some home improvement.
Oh gosh, his name
She
was
didn't have a
Jay.
partner with her. She didn't have her.
She might have been an indigo girl. I'm not sure. It's hard to know when you see them alone. But
Yeah, if
yeah.
you don't, yeah.
Anyway.
Speaking of
Uh-huh.
Lilith Fair material, and then we'll get on to General Hospital.
Okay.
So there's a Sarah McLachlan song that "In the Eyes of the Angels," which
Yeah.
I've grown just
Sounds
weary of.
suspiciously like your Kid Rock.
Well, anyway, so somebody
Now I'm doing
posted
it.
somebody posted something where it's her singing that song with Brandy Carlisle. And in
Uh-huh.
spite of myself, I was like, oh God, I can't even do, but then I clicked on
Yeah.
it and it was so lovely. The harmonies.
Yeah, yeah. I like a nice harmony.
I was transported and I wanted to go
Oh,
adopt
nice.
a lot of stray dogs or something.
Sure,
I was
sure. Been
just,
there. Yeah.
yep,
Mhm.
yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, now I'm all done with the music commentary.
Okay.
And
Thanks. Thanks.
and
Yeah.
FYI, you're just going to have to carry me on talking about hospital because um I watched, so I was out of town,
Yeah.
unable to watch. So let's see, I missed, when was I gone? So I missed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but I watched Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, and I think there was only Monday and Wednesday. I don't think they had an episode on Tuesday.
And I'm assuming
Yeah.
there was nothing today because it was a holiday, right?
That is correct. That is
Okay.
correct. Yeah, it was a rerun. But okay, so yeah, I tried to rewatch Monday and Wednesday, and then I watched Thursday and Friday.
So you'll be up on things, and I'll just like make sort of pithy comments about whatever you.
Yeah, as we've seen so far.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, more of that sort of thing. Okay, all right. America's
And if
grateful.
you tell
I'm
me
sure.
something I don't know, I'll be like, "What?" Like because maybe I missed a lot of
Yeah,
action.
maybe. Well, I'll tell you this much, Gia. Marshall's back. I'm sure you saw that, right?
Oh,
Marshall
I
with
saw
his
some
tiny,
conversation
tiny
that
hat.
made me almost physically ill. He's on
Yeah,
the phone.
yeah.
Hey, my man, my man. And I'm like, oh my God.
It was, yeah. It's like cue central casting for a Hep Cat,
The Hep Cats, yeah.
It was like straight out of a Hep Cat script.
Oh, and do you think the actors, when they see this, are like, can we play this a little more subtly, like a little,
No.
And then they
Yeah.
have to do that. Like it's like a bad play, and it's so bad. And
It was so bad, I know, and it seemed rather unnecessary, really. I
what? And
think
is it just to get TJ like on board with him or so? Like, why? I didn't understand what
there was
their
no
point was.
no good explanation, Gia.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, he's
just
got a new hat though, and it's small.
I think it's smaller, yes, than the
Yeah.
previous hat. Maybe he's blackmailing the producers or something, and that's why he continues to appear in
I'm thinking
portrayals.
they're blackmailing him to make him do this stuff.
They're all
Like
guilty of
you had a fine career,
you know.
and now we're gonna tank it for you
Yeah,
for
yeah.
this role. Oh, it's
Oh
bad
God.
news. So
Well, I
yeah, I
think
did see that.
yeah, I'm pretty sure Curtis, with his little connections of his own, could have found, somebody like the guy Marshall
Right.
was talking to.
Curtis continues appears more and more like numb and stupid and out of it on
Yeah,
a lot of
helpless.
topics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then, like when TJ was telling Willow she was pregnant, I thought you're going to want to get a second opinion because I don't think TJ knows enough.
Yeah, and what is TJ's field? Like, why is he just sort of, I don't know.
I don't know. He's just like the guy who's there. He's the doctor who's there most of the time.
Yes. But so okay, so what I missed was Willow must have collapsed somewhere.
Oh
I
yeah,
missed
that's
that.
right. Willow collapsed at the Metro Court pool,
Okay.
and Sunny caught her as she was sort of fainting.
Uh-huh.
And he was sporting that like blue jacket
Oh,
again.
that light blue jacket.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
his like cabana wear, you
It's
know.
such a cheap look, It's like when a guy goes to a restaurant where a jacket is required and he
I
doesn't have a
remember
jacket of
that
his own.
happening in my youth in the
Really?
70s.
Yeah, I
Like
don't
I
know if
think
it
my
happened.
brother had to put on a tie or something that they
Yeah,
gave him, like at a
yeah.
pizza place. Like I remember that. Like
Yeah. Well,
he
Sonny
did
looks
it.
like he should be at a pizza place, maybe,
Mm,
in that cheap
okay.
jacket. But yeah, so okay, Willow collapsed, and supposedly, I guess the being pregnant is the reason for all of her dizziness and
Yes, except we know that it happened months before she could have been pregnant,
yeah,
so we don't
yeah,
believe that.
right. And I believe TJ was
Well, I
going
mean,
to
we
have
believe she's
another
pregnant, but she's also
right,
got some
right.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And the
So
baby, the fetus will need to be saved with some transfusion from Neener.
Neener.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yep. That's probably right.
Yep.
So
Okay.
yeah, Willow's pregnant. I don't know. That's
Yeah,
not
I
very.
don't know.
Yeah.
It's just going to be some judgy, unappealing baby. Michael and Willow's baby.
It's gonna make Wiley feel
Babies can be
inadequate.
very judgy.
They
Yeah.
sure can. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Wiley will develop some sort of an eating disorder or something.
Yep. Early on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shame
So, yeah.
baby.
So, okay. So that, I thought Michael was a little, um, underwhelmed seeming about the pregnancy initially. Like he kind of, I don't know.
Yeah. It was almost like he was thinking, huh, this is a
Yeah.
soap opera and you're pregnant. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best
Yeah.
we could do, everyone. You know.
Yeah. Maybe everybody's just tired of the writing. Like, yeah.
You know? Yeah. Although the one thing that was funny, when Willow was on the verge of collapse, she had like dark shadows like under and around her eyes. It was like,
I did see some pictures. People were talking
yeah,
about she looked like she was like part of the Walking Dead cast or
yeah,
something.
that was fun.
Yeah.
That
I look
was
like that right now.
I do too. I do too. Yeah. So
Okay, so there's that. What
there's
else?
that.
There
Well,
was some more Cody crap where Cody was
oh
doing
yeah,
more
it
and more
felt like just the
scheming and yucky.
parade of people we don't want to see or hear from.
And Sam is looking more and more just like girlfriendy. I'm a
And
girlfriend.
talking more and more like
Yeah,
she doesn't have
shaggy
anything going
girlfriendy.
on in her own world.
Yeah, yeah, they're turning her into something completely different and
Yeah. Yeah.
just kind
Boy.
of empty-headed.
Yeah.
Uh,
And before Thursdays and Fridays episodes, the important stuff that went on happened at the Quartermains.
okay, fill me
When
in.
Ned sided with Valentine and
Right. So, well, I did see that initial
yeah,
episode. Yeah.
yeah. And so now Ned he's the head honcho guy, and Michael and what's his name, Drew, are very angry with him for siding with Valentine.
Yep.
And
Okay.
now the merger is dead, the Aurora ELQ merger.
Carly is going to have to be a chambermaid at her own hotel.
That's right, or a whore. Just a
Yeah.
whore.
Wow,
Yep.
I didn't take it down that road, but that would be interesting to see her
Wouldn't that be fun? Kind of like
like
following in Bobby's footsteps.
hooking outside of Charlie's and
Yeah.
Kelly's, you know.
Yep. Yep. That's right, Gia. That would be fun.
Does Sonny know about this turn of events in Carly's finances?
Well,
Or do we know if he knows?
he heard when Willow was on the verge of fainting. She said something about business, something had happened, and so Sonny was curious, but she didn't want to be the one to tell him. She didn't want to like speak out of turn or anything. So I'm sure he has sources who could tell him what happened. And I guess it did hit the news, like when there was a picture of Ned shaking Valentine's hands and stuff like that. So, maybe he put it all together. But I don't think he knew that Carly had, put up her half of the Metro Court,
Yeah.
to buy into Aurora.
Well, that
so,
could be
yeah.
interesting. Carly hitting the skids. Hard times for Carly.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was one thing that sort of, I mean, as much as it's not that interesting, at least it's a side of Carly we haven't seen
Right,
before.
right. Yeah, have her
You
be in a
know?
whole different circumstance. Yeah.
Yeah, and making a mistake like that, because usually she's so savvy, right? I mean,
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
so
Yeah, so that could be interesting.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Let's hope. Let's hope it is.
I keep seeing headlines that I don't click on them about Jason coming back, but I feel like
I know. I
we
think
haven't
that's
seen any real indication of that on the show. Not that we would, I
no, and
guess. But,
he's got another job now, so
oh,
I don't
does he?
see.
Okay. On
Yeah,
another soap or something else?
yeah, that spin-off from Days of Our Lives, which is
Uh,
like a pay. You have to pay to watch that channel, so it's not like a network.
dirty channel of some kind.
Yeah, so I think it's porn. He's just doing
Yeah.
porn
Okay.
now. That's how
Straight
these
porn.
rumors starts.
Straight unvaccinated porn.
Let's start some rumors.
Yeah.
Who else do you want to talk about? Oh gosh, we have fun.
Okay, let's see what else. Oh,
Well,
I did see. There's a favorite scene I want to tell you before I forget about it.
Okay, go ahead.
And I don't even know when it happened, but I really loved seeing Spencer and Cam talking in the back room at Kelly's.
Uh-huh.
And Spencer's like telling his little plan to
Yeah.
get Esme, and he's like just picking up food at Kelly's and eating it and dropping it on the floor.
Like
and,
a muffin or something.
yeah, like peeling this weird muffin and he drops a chunk of it and he doesn't even pick it up. He just kind of looks at it and like I love how he like the sort of privileged, spoiled boy thing. He just does it so well.
He really does. That's
waving
true.
his arm around and like if Cam dropped a bit of a muffin, he would pick it up.
He would. That's Cam. He was raised.
He's got a mother. Yeah.
Crumbs. Yep. Not raised by savages like Spencer.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed that.
That was interesting. And when he's, like admitted that he made the whole thing up, he just wanted to see if it would work. It's like, oh, come on. Oh no.
And it doesn't even make sense, any of it. Like,
doesn't.
I mean, it makes sense in that we know that there's a storyline about Ryan being her father.
Right.
And Felicia being her mother. And so we know that storyline needs to get moving. And so that's what they're doing. But it doesn't make any sense in, like, how is that catching Esme to tell her who her parents are?
And he acted like she would willingly record her confession.
Yeah.
That was
it's very convoluted.
If he had just screwed up his lines or something, but
no, they're probably like, fucking writers, this doesn't even make sense.
Why don't you just let us ad lib?
Yeah,
better than this crap. Also, we don't know how much Esme knows and hasn't told him. Like,
right? There's information we don't know,
and she killed them. I mean. It's just
you mean you don't think Ryan's really her father? You think that's just some?
I don't know, Gia. I don't know, but I feel like nobody's going to be able to tell her something about her past that she doesn't already know. I don't think.
Well, she might not know who her mother is for real.
Yeah, I don't
because you wouldn't believe anything Ryan told you.
No.
But if it really is Felicia, like they're going to have to really do some tap dancing to figure out.
Yeah, that's a tough one for me to buy into.
Can there be money placed on this or?
Oh, are we going to place a bet?
Well, it could be another time where I'm really right and you're really wrong. And
all right.
So far, there hasn't been any sort of material goods coming my way out of these.
Okay. All right. What would you like to bet then, Gia? You can think about that and get back to me.
I'll think about it. It's got to be something pretty good, because that's a big one. Because that would be really something if they did that.
That would be something, and it would be. Yeah. It would just It seems so improbable to me. I'm going to take that bet, and I realize that I'm going to
go out on a limb just because I just want to. I just want that to happen. I want to see what they do, what convoluted thing they do.
I know,
because he's been off the show a lot, so there's all kinds of time that we don't know about.
Yeah, sure.
have to go back to their entanglement. But he's wily enough to do some sort of test tubey thing or something,
Yeah, that's true, I guess. Yep. And
Yeah,
maybe it happened at Crichton Clark.
exactly. Where all evil
Maybe
sciencey things
Victor
happen.
knows all about it, you know. And he's
Yeah,
just
they
been
could tie all that stuff up together. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, yeah, that would be interesting, I guess, to see them try to explain all that
Okay.
and to watch us buy into it ultimately,
Yep.
because
We
that's what
will.
we do. That's who we
We
are.
will. All right.
Yeah.
What else do I need to know about?
Well, I was just going to say that in the last few days, they've trotted out so many people that I feel like we haven't seen lately, like Gladys, Brando, Sasha.
Oh yeah.
Even Maxie, you know, it feels like we haven't
Yeah.
seen much lately,
I
and
don't
and
like
it.
the Sasha. I
I
don't
don't
like that
either.
they're going further down the road with the Sasha drug storyline.
Yeah, and that she would just take a pill that she doesn't even know what it is. That's what she
Well,
did today,
I
right?
wouldn't,
On
yeah.
Friday.
Well, I wouldn't put that past an addict. Like if you're,
Yeah.
I don't think you're asking, can I have that list of side effects,
Is
please?
this is this a generic? Or
Now, I did take zinc and vitamin D today. Is this going
will
to
there be an
interact with?
adverse? I know. You haven't even asked for my list of prescriptions. What kind of a doctor are you? And
But
that's
once
another
again, these
dirtbag,
deals where
that
you
guy.
get like 4 or 5 pills, like, you're just going to be in the same position. You're going to take all those in one day,
Yeah, why?
like,
Yeah,
can't they do
yeah.
better deals? But anyway, I just feel like, well, we've already gotten the mileage out of that storyline. Let's,
Yeah.
not that, I mean, maybe it's realistic because if you have a drug problem, you probably have it
Hmm.
for a really long time. Um,
Yeah. And there's, I mean, just in her situation, so many things could easily trigger, some sort of like a tailspin reaction.
I don't get why
She's
public
so
speaking
vulnerable.
is really like the public speaking thing seems weird. Like, because she's going to be on QVC or whatever, and that's throwing her in a
Yeah. Well,
tailspin.
it's also, she heard that Willow was pregnant. And so,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
but then they also like they give her extra note cards
yeah,
for her
yeah,
spot
yeah.
in the
I
show,
thought
and it
she
was
did a
like,
great job when she sort of exploded out as
yeah,
Maxie and
that was
Lucy were
good.
sort of like,
Yeah.
yeah, that was a pretty convincing little.
Well, they were being obnoxious.
Yeah, they were. And
Um,
they probably also know just how fragile she is. Everybody's just sort of acting like they need to kind of get on with it, no matter whether she's fragile or not.
yeah, but I just wish I feel like there's there is something interesting there with Sasha and
Yeah,
Brando and Gladys, but I
yeah,
feel like they could, I don't know, take it in another direction. I'm not
yeah,
sure what.
right, right. It doesn't have to be like just the public spectacle thing,
Yeah,
which it
yeah,
looks like it might be, or she'll just like collapse or something on TV. Who knows?
yeah.
Um, yeah, I think, we were talking about the whole mental illness month and what maybe they were trying to do there. And I feel
Is
like they
this like
kind of,
drug awareness month or something, or?
maybe, but it seems like they've just skirted, they've kind of veered away from things that would actually sort of be meaningful and interesting, like
In
Sasha
terms
and
of the
also.
mental health awareness month,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
yeah.
I'm thinking like Elizabeth too, like her
Oh
like
yeah, they could have.
situation is
Yeah,
all off camera, and it
yeah,
would have been much
yeah.
more.
Like what's being done with Elizabeth to get her past this, other than letting that drug get out of her system? You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
we're missing whatever
Hmm.
counseling sessions or what are you doing
Yeah.
in Ferncliff? Is she at Ferncliff or Shady Brook?
I forget, but it's a nice place.
Yeah, it's very nice. Quite nice. Lovely.
Everybody wants to go there. I do.
I stayed at a hotel this past week because I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, oh screw it. I'm leaving the family nest. I'm getting a hotel room for the night just for
Yeah.
myself. And
Sure.
not a pricey hotel, but they had a bag of microwave popcorn in the little
Ooh,
and it
fancy.
was so nice. I know. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, it just made me feel special. And I was like, wow, it
Oh,
doesn't take much.
it really doesn't.
And I popped the popcorn and I found an old Deep Space Nine, and I was just
Oh,
in
of
heaven.
course you did. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It takes me a while to figure out how to use TVs in these various
Uh-huh.
places, but
Uh-huh. Yeah.
why do they all have to be so different? I know I sound like an old person now, but
Oh, gee.
like when I used to sell coffee, and you'd be like, would
Yeah.
you like this roast or that roast? They're like cranky old men, like, I just want coffee. Can I just have a cup of coffee? It's like
Mhm.
now I'm there. Like I get it.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. I think I was always there too.
Yeah, well, you never drank coffee, so
A little bit. Oh, my summer hack for coffee-like beverages,
yeah.
coffee-adjacent beverages. You take your international coffee. I like the vanilla blend, and you mix it like with a couple, like a container with a couple envelopes of cocoa mix, and
Okay.
and then you can use that
In
mixture.
in boiling water you're talking about? In boiling water.
No, I you put enough hot water so that it dissolves a little bit, but then like very cold water, and it's a lovely cold beverage.
I like cold beverages. Wow, okay.
All right,
Interesting.
thanks.
And it's not all chalky and gritty. Like I would think
No,
you'd have to.
no, mm-mm.
Huh, okay.
Yeah, dissolves pretty nicely. Thank you.
Pretty good. A little whipped cream on top, and then
Oh, that would be lovely. Yes, sure.
maybe a peppermint schnapps.
Mm.
I'm
Maybe
going a different wintry direction
a
now.
little bit. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that would be fine too, Gia. Yeah.
All right. Well, that sounds nice. Okay.
Yeah. So, but I was thinking also like you have Elizabeth and Sasha both basically like
Very fragile at the moment.
fragile and grief stricken. And,
Right.
I think it
Yeah.
would be, I would like to see like sort of a parallel journey of those two women.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd like to see
Maybe Sasha
what the
gets
work is.
sent to the nice place too. And then they have some group
And
therapy
they
or
find
something.
each other. I could see them like kind of opening up to each other.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Sasha would be quite a bit younger than Elizabeth, but
Yeah, God, but Elizabeth seems so young, doesn't she?
she
Because she's
does
so
still, yeah. But just as
tiny and
far
her
as her
skin is
character,
lovely, luminous.
luminous, yeah. Um, but yeah, I'd like to see everybody in a group therapy or something.
Hmm.
Something they could be getting
Hmm.
mileage out of that.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah,
But
that'd be
so
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
those two women both have, I think, the potential to sort of take their characters in a fascinating direction if the writers would let them. You know,
Yeah. Oh, I
instead we
know what
get
else we have.
Cody.
Cody. Yeah. We had
Cody.
the scene with Scotty and Ava and Nicholas in
Yeah,
the divorce paper, the silly
yeah,
divorce thing,
yeah.
and Esme almost spilling the beans, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, like just
Yeah,
jerking Nicholas around.
yeah, which he
Yeah.
deserves.
He deserves, yeah, because when he's like, she's just toying with him. She's like a cat batting a
Yeah,
little mouse around,
yep. He's like
He's
holding
such
the
a
lighter up to
tool.
his, yeah, yep,
So,
yep,
yeah, that's when you do think, wow, Nicholas, yeah, you really don't deserve to have your life continue as it has, like maybe you
yeah.
should be losing something here.
It's gonna come out. But I enjoyed Scotty in that. He's been
Yeah.
consistently satisfying for some
And
time
he's
now.
good with Ava. It's like when
Yeah,
he's with Liesel, they have, the chops to go back and
yeah,
forth.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was
And we
good.
know they have like that sort of kind of a relationship, friendship.
Yeah, they almost had a little thing, right? They never
Yeah, a
really
little
did,
bit.
they?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they were kind of flirty with each other, I think.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so that was kind of good. So
Yeah.
we got that. We got that shoe to drop at some point,
That shoe is going to drop all right.
and that'll
Yeah.
be a big breakup there with Ava and
Yeah.
Nicholas.
So there was a nice sort of moment I thought when Ava handed the papers back to Scotty, and Nicholas had this expression that sort of fleeted across his face, where it seemed like he was thinking that if they got divorced, then the whole Esme thing could be like left with that marriage, and then they could start a new marriage, like clean slate.
Right. Well, that's what he's. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's what he's
and
working
it
on.
seemed
Right.
like he saw that get snatched away, kind of,
Yeah.
that which
We
was
were on a
usual.
break, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they weren't really on a break.
Not really, no.
Yeah. So I don't know. Oh, and there was a very painful scene. Now it's coming back to me, with Esme and Rory at the pool.
Oh,
He was
Rory.
being all gross and like
Mm.
chatting him up and both were holding their heads at uncomfortable
Yeah,
angles.
and it makes you uncomfortable
Yeah.
too, doesn't it, watching that?
Yeah, like how are they doing that? And so that was a gross scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and do you think Rory is smart enough
He
to
doesn't appear
play
to be.
Esme? He thinks he is, but it's like, oh,
Yeah.
these men all think
The
they're
girls
so
seem
clever.
smarter. The girls
Yeah,
just seem smarter.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Um,
So
yeah,
I
and then
guess there's
Trina
going to
comes
be
up. And, yeah.
yeah, there's going to be a lot of DNA flying around that lab. I don't know who's going to wind up being whose child and whose parent.
Yep. Yep. So
You know.
anyway, so it looks like I didn't miss a hell of a lot this week in my off
No,
time.
I guess not. You missed a scene where Drew was like venting, about the whole betrayal that he felt Ned, had.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like Drew, all right, let's back up. Okay, you were in prison for 2 years, and all you could do, I guess, was scratch Scout's name into the wall. You
Yep.
know, before that, wasn't he like a Navy SEAL or something? I don't know. It seems,
Supposedly. Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
it seems like he was never like a businessman never had
No,
anything.
and why they are shocked that Ned voted the other way. Ned
Yeah,
never gave them any sort of firm assurance that he was going to vote with
no,
them.
he just looked at those two and said, "These guys are douchebags."
Yeah, yeah,
And he was right.
and they needed to get their comeuppance,
Their
and
comeuppance, exactly. Yeah.
that's a fun word, isn't it?
It
Comeuppance.
is. We don't get to use
Comeuppance.
that often enough, do
I wonder
we?
what's the etymology there? Where did it come from?
I feel like it was
Comeuppance. It's like three
Dickens. Did,
words.
did Charles Dickens come up with that one?
It sounds like from that sort of era.
Yeah,
It's
it
fancy. It's a
does.
little bit
Old
fancy.
timey. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
old timey.
Yeah.
But it probably has some interesting history. But
Yeah. Did you see Olivia's? I don't know if you got to see her dress that she was wearing during the whole family meeting. I think she changed by
mm,
the, yeah, she had like some like animal, like reptilian print on.
no, I guess I missed that. You
Yeah.
liked or disliked it. I like an
Well,
animal print myself.
I know you do. The
Yeah.
previous dress looked like, maybe my theory is it was made from recycled plastic.
Okay.
I don't know how we'll verify that, but that's my guess.
Like see-through kind of? Like what?
No, it just had
What
like
made
a
it?
weird, just had a
Yeah.
weird sort of plasticky kind of a feel to it.
All
I
right.
don't know. I guess I can applaud that sort of effort. Maybe,
Maybe it's recycling. Could have been a recycling.
maybe
You
made
know,
with like
we
old
don't do enough
bottles
of
and
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All
Okay.
right.
No, I
Okay.
must have missed that, or it didn't register with me. I just want the pony to come back with that.
Yeah, we
That's
haven't enough. We had a hint of the pony because Leo, you missed that scene, didn't you?
yeah. I
After
haven't seen it.
after the family meeting, Michael was out on the little porch at the Quartermain mansion, and he was talking, I think, to Dex. We also had a scene with Dex,
Oh, okay.
which is another little douchebag that we don't need to see
Yeah, there's a
ever
lot of
again,
them
really.
lately. There are a lot of them lately. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was plotting against Sonny with Dex on the phone, and Leo came along and kind of overheard enough that he raised a question. And so then Michael tried to be nice to Leo, and they went to chop up some apples to give to the horse, but we didn't get to see the horse. Yeah.
We didn't get to see. I hope they're consistent with the horse. I would hate for them to like just think we're stupid and put a different horse there the next time.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
know they
That
do
would
stuff
make me
like that.
furious. Yeah.
It would infuriate me.
I don't even think I remember the color of the horse.
It was a flea-bitten gray.
Oh, I was just leaving you that opening. You're welcome.
No, you weren't. You really don't remember it.
I feel like a fool now.
It was a nice white pony. It was a nice sort of, and I think it might be sedated. Speaking of drugs, I think that pony might
Yeah.
have a drug problem. I think they might have given it a little something, something.
Oh dear. I
Keep it
hope not.
calm.
Yeah,
Maybe not. Maybe they just look for really old, sedate ponies for these scenes.
maybe. Yeah. Maybe it's like an LA pony. It's just very laid back.
Laid back pony.
Mhm.
Laid back pony. Well, anyway, okay. That'll be my next album.
Yeah,
Leave that
I was
home.
gonna say that would be a good title for something, Gia.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I don't have anything else too interesting to say other than about like other TV shows. Um,
And I think we're
we
good.
could just start talking about other shows.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think we can just barely talk about this one, so
I
maybe.
did want to ask you. I
Yeah.
mean, we could do this on our own time, but you recommended that show Orville or the
Oh,
Orville.
yeah, the Orville. Yeah.
Did you watch it, any of it yourself, or were you just recommending it?
I was just recommending it, although lately the what things they've been saying about it have made me interested, but I haven't given it a chance lately.
What have they been saying?
Well, it's Seth MacFarlane is the creator. I
Yeah,
like him.
yeah.
He's funny. He's cute. And it seemed like he was going maybe in a different direction. Maybe they were going to try something new this
Okay.
time. Maybe a little
Because I
more.
watched a little bit of the first one,
Uh-huh.
and it's funny, and I don't want
Yeah.
funny.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe it's not going to be.
That's what I'm not sure if is it going to be like a mockery of Star Trek all the way
I
through? Because
don't think that's what they're
I can't
setting out
take
for it
that.
to be. But no, he's just funny. I don't think he can be anything but funny. So
Okay.
maybe it is funny, but I don't think it's meant to be a mockery of
Because
Star Trek.
I don't want something that's farcical.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, all right. Well,
And so I'm in the market for a new sci-fi series if somebody can
okay.
recommend that. Something with a vague military structure, you know. I respond well to that.
That's interesting.
I don't
Okay.
know why, but everything I've liked, like, all the Star Treks are
hmm
military and
Yeah,
Stargate,
yeah.
Battlestar Galactica, they're
This
these
is
crews
where
that are.
we our tastes just depart so dramatically.
That's not the
Yeah.
first place they depart. I mean,
Okay, point taken. But it's just funny. Our Venn diagram is, I don't know. It's
it's
probably,
a narrow little slice where it
yeah,
overlaps,
yeah,
and it
but
might
pretty
just be General
solid, that
Hospital,
little overlap.
just General Hospital, right?
General Hospital, Ricky Lee
Oh,
Jones,
Steely Dan,
Steely Dan.
yeah.
Have
And
you,
Ricky Lee Jones.
yes. And speaking of memes, have you seen that picture? Like it's a dog in a car, and there's a sign
Oh,
on the
he's like,
window,
yeah, the AC's on, and he's listening to Steely
Steely
Dan.
Dan. Yeah.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I like that too.
Okay.
I don't know if that's what any of my dogs would have ever chosen, but
Yeah, I don't think my dogs are Steely Dan fans, actually. I don't know.
what do they like?
I don't know. Something a little more current, I want to say. I
Well,
think.
you should ask your Google to put on dog music and see what it
Yeah,
comes up
that's
with.
true. That's
Oh,
true.
I asked Google the other day. I don't know. I was just in a mood, and so I was asking it like the meaning of life, and
hmm
it it came on. The first thing it said was like some quote from Bill and Ted, you know.
Okay.
And then
But
I kept
knows
probing
you.
it further, and
Google
it was
knows you
going,
pretty well.
yeah, it was going into more philosophical stuff. But
hmm
I was like, well, God bless it for tackling it. But it didn't blow me off. I was like,
Okay. Yeah.
it
Yeah.
tries. God bless the little egg. It tries to
And
find
then when you're
something.
asleep, it talks to all the other little eggs. And it's like, my God, I've got an idiot here. I can't take much more of her
Are all
question.
the other little eggs talking to each other?
I think so. Don't you?
Wow, that's a little creepy. Sometimes it does stuff when you're in the other room. You're like, huh? What you talk? You say something?
It's probably not the egg. It's probably you're hallucinating, Gia. Oh,
I was
okay.
having it play Bee Gees today. I probably
Oh,
enjoyed
nice.
that.
Nice little, yeah. That's
Yeah,
good.
just a little Bee Gees break.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we've kind of certainly stopped talking about General Hospital for a while. So
Yep, yep. All
wrap
right.
this
Well,
up.
we'll try again soon.
Okay, I'll get back on track here and watch some
Yeah.
more, and
Okay.
so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. All right, dear. You have
Enjoy
a
your
good.
fireworks tonight. Put on your thunder coat and go out
Yeah,
and enjoy
yeah.
the
Good
fireworks.
thinking. Yep. All right, dear.
Okay. All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Say hi to Rory. Okay.
I will. All right. See everybody out there.
Bye.